So you're thinking of moving to Las Vegas and you're worried about scorpions? In this video, we're gonna dispel all the myths, all the rumors, and tell you all about living with scorpions here in Las Vegas. So let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Las Vegas, moving to Las Vegas, and the Las Vegas real estate market, go ahead and hit subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, and you'll be the first in the know for everything that's happening here in the Las Vegas area. Hey, my name is Anthony and I'm a former attorney turned real estate professional who's been in the Las Vegas area since 1981, so I know a thing or two about living here in Las Vegas. And if you're looking to make your move here to Las Vegas in the next 9 to 90 days, go ahead and shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, click that Zoom button down below, and we can schedule a one-on-one call. All right, so let's talk about scorpions. Now, this is kind of going to be a shorter video than most of my other videos, but I wanted to address this because it's one of the questions that I get from a lot of people who are moving from different areas of the country. Scorpions are scary. We see them in the movies. We see them, in the books, and we have this thought in our head that it's Attack of the Killer Scorpions. Look, nothing could be further from the truth. Are there scorpions in Las Vegas? Sure, there's a couple. Are they a problem? Are we overrun by scorpions? Do we have little scorpion crossing road signs? No, we don't. I've been here, like I said, since 1981. Been here a long time. One time in those last 40 plus years have I had a scorpion inside of my home. One time. And I've lived in all of the different areas of Las Vegas. I've been in new construction, I've been in older construction, I've been in every type of environment around here. I've had pools, I've not had pools. I've had everything here in the Las Vegas area. And scorpions, like I said, have never been an issue. I talk to a lot of people, I deal with a lot of people, and it's not an issue for 99.999% of the people that I've ever talked to. You get that random person who had a couple, and there's reasons for that. Okay, well let's take it back a little bit here. There are 2,000 plus species of scorpions, but in Nevada and in Las Vegas we have 3 species. None of them are very venomous, and you know what, for the most part they're pretty basic ones. You have your emperor scorpion, your desert hairy scorpion, he needs a shave, I guess, I don't know. And then you have your bark scorpion. Now the bark scorpion is the most venomous of the 3. Funny enough, they're the smallest one. There's only about 1 to 2 inches big, where the other ones can be quite bigger. But that little bark scorpion, and they get their name because they like to go and get under the cool, wet area of bark on a tree. Who would have thought? Bark scorpion, bark on a tree? Great name. Anyways, they are the most venomous, but the fatality rate from scorpions are almost non-existent. In fact, I went on searching on Google trying to find a fatality here in the Las Vegas area from a bark scorpion or any scorpion bite. It doesn't exist. So let's break down a couple of the other myths. They are not out there to attack humans. Like I said, they are not on the hunt for humans. Scorpions eat other pests. They eat other insects. So get rid of the other insects, you get rid of the scorpion problems. Again, they are not attacking you. They would rather run from you than challenge you. Look, you're huge. They're little. They don't want the confrontation. It's not a big deal. Where it becomes a potential issue is when you scare them. Just like any other pest, if you scare them, then they go into defense mode. So there's a couple of strategies that you need to take care of in order to reduce your potential for them. Also, scorpions for the most part are pretty independent. You aren't going to find giant hives. While they're Their venom and their bite and their sting is similar in nature, especially for the emperor and the desert hairy, are similar to a bee sting, maybe a little bit worse, but not much. It's like a bee sting, and that's what I would equate scorpions to. It's more like bees with legs than anything, you know, a monster that's coming out to get you. But they don't live in a hive like bees do. You'll find one, maybe a couple. You know, they do have 20 babies at a time sometimes. So when they give birth, then you can have a couple of them. But for the most part, they are independent. They are not living in these massive hive formations where you're gonna run into, you know, 1,000 scorpions. It just doesn't happen. Raiders of the Lost Ark, all the different movies where scorpions are out to get people is not the reality of it. But they're, you know what, they do exist. The other thing is where they come from a lot. When there is new landscaping and we're bringing in palm trees from different areas, especially from Arizona. The palm trees in Arizona, they migrate the scorpions with them a lot of times. So if there's some new landscaping going on, and especially if there's palm trees, you may see a scorpion or two. You probably won't see them. They may be there, but you won't see them. But that is a potential way that you would see a scorpion. Additionally, new construction and new development. As we're developing on their home, they're being displaced and they're trying to find new places to go. So if you're buying new construction, while that new construction is going on until everything settles down, you have the potential for possibly seeing a scorpion. Are they going to come up and run up and try and attack you? No, they're not. Scorpions are not a big deal. But if you are allergic to their venom, of course you need to get medical attention if you are stung not knowing where that would go. But like I said, it's rare. They don't want to be by you. So let's talk about some of the steps that you can take in order to mitigate the issue of scorpions in the first place. Number one is cleanliness. Like I said, they want to eat other bugs, okay? So keep a clean area, a clean home, free from debris, free from food, where you're drawing other insects and pests into it, you're gonna have less of a chance for scorpions. The next thing that you wanna do, you wanna make sure that you repair and replace any doors and screens that maybe have holes in them. You want to seal up things. Look, scorpions are small, they can get into small cracks, so you want to make sure everything is sealed. Same thing with foundation. If you have any cracking in your foundation or cracking in your walls, you want to seal that so that they don't have an entry point into your home. If there's no entry point, they're not going to get there. Look, they're just trying to find a cool, dark place and with some water in it, some humidity. So you want to reduce the ability for them to come and find that in your house. You want to have door sweeps on all your doors, you know, the little fingers at the bottom of the door. You want to have that on there again to brush them out, to keep them away from coming in. It's just a very simple, easy thing to do. The biggest thing you can do is not have piles of wood or brush right up against your home. That is one place where they like to go. They like to hide inside of the brush, inside of the cinder blocks. If you've got cinder blocks stacked up by your house, you want to make sure that you keep those far away from the home, not stacked up right next to the home. That's a good way of preventing it. And then if everything you do, you know, you're wanting to keep them away, you're wanting to keep their food source away, you're going to want to try and make it difficult for them to get in the house. But then if you do still have a problem, there's very easy ways for pest control to come in and help. There's a couple of different ways that they treat scorpions. One is they will treat the underlying reason for why they're coming. If they're coming for a food source, if they're coming because you have other critters and bugs, go ahead and treat those other critters and bugs. You take away their food source, the scorpions aren't going to come to try and get the food anymore. In addition to that, they do sell chemicals which are pest control only that you could use because, look, a scorpion has a thick exoskeleton, so it's a little more difficult to get the chemical penetration in there in order to eradicate the problem. So it's a little bit higher grade of a chemical. but your pest control person can go ahead and treat for that. They seem to be most prevalent either, like I said, when there's new construction or new landscaping, and also in the springtime. That's when things start to warm up. All of life is coming back, and that includes scorpions. They're coming to feast on the critters that are waking up at the springtime as well. So springtime, you want to make a lookout for it. But look, scorpions, this is not a movie. This is not an issue here. I know that we've had some people who, they are scary. I will give you that. The thought of a scorpion is a lot more scary than the actual scorpion itself. They just aren't a big deal. I want you to put that to rest. I promise you, scorpion is the last thing that you should be worried about or thinking about when making your move to Las Vegas. It's not something to deter you. We have 2.5 million people who live here. There are people that live in the desert everywhere, and you know what? They're still living. Everybody is not getting, they're not zombies. We're not getting attacked by scorpions. We coexist. They do their thing. You'll probably never see them. In all likelihood, you will never see a scorpion here. Do they exist? Yes. Will you ever see them? Probably not. All right, so I hope I put that issue to rest, and I hope that you see that yes, they exist. Yes, you can treat them. Yes, there are things that you can do to prevent. They are not a problem here. They're just part of the ecosystem. And in fact, they do a lot of good. You know what? They eat a lot of those other bugs and things, and they are a valuable part of the circle of life. There's nothing to be afraid of. That's basically what I want to leave you with. There is nothing to be afraid of. Scorpions are not going to attack you while you sleep in the middle of the night. It's just not going to happen. Anyways, thanks for going through my little rant here on this. I wanted to get that information out there because it has been a question, and I want to go ahead and take care of that so that you know that it's not a big issue. And if you need to know more information, look, my information is down in the comments below. You can call me, text me, email me. Heck, we can book a Zoom call. I promise I won't have any scorpions running around, and we can make your move here to Las Vegas as smooth as possible. So if I don't see you in the neighborhood, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.